So we had a few issues, to say the least, in terms of what happened. Not quite sure. When I was at the end of my stream, we had a couple of people leave, and then that was it. Everything just went to dust. So what we're going to do is we've already set the grid. Already, so that we're going to go through it that way. That shouldn't be no problem at all. Following on from that, we'll just have a 10-minute sprint right to the end of the race. Following on from that, we'll hopefully have a race winner after all of this. We were pretty much going on to the 6th lap just as everything disconnected. Someone's gone flying into the wall at turn 7. I don't know if anyone saw that in the little tiny camera there, but someone went absolutely flying into the sun. Not sure how they did that, but hey-ho, they went off the circuit and that was the end of that. So I'll give them another 60 seconds before we start, and we'll see how we get on for this restart. I'm just waiting for everything to... Well, basically just waiting for time. Can't really speed up time. Well, not in real life anyway. Just wait for the last moments. So, go into race settings. And then here we go. Hopefully this one will work this time. Start the race. Get everything booted up. Hopefully we'll have a really good last part of the race, or rather second half. So there we are then, they're on the grid. Let's jump straight to spectator mode when it'll let me. There we go. So here come the lights for the second time. Here come the numbers. And the race is live for the second time, and Chris crosses away well. Snav's in second as it stands. Timmy's got a good launch on the line. D. Whitehouse is down to 4th. 1805's in 5th place. He's in the wrong livery apparently, but in any case Timmy's in 3rd. Snav's almost challenging for the lead. He's on the outside as we go into turn number 2. It's Chris Cross though who's still in the lead at the moment. I don't need to worry about cameras and backing out for once. That's nice. Snav's in 2nd. There's D. Whitehouse in 3rd as it stands. Timmy's in 4th, or he's on the outside of 1805 though. See how he gets on into turn number 4. There's a bit of contact between the two as they go through the Mercedes arena, but 1805 still battling along with Timmy. Timmy's lost out because of that, and now Suburtus is on the inside as they come towards turn number on the right hand side now for that corner. Bit of lag going on. Hopefully that's not going to cause any more dramas during the session. Snav is having to defend heavily now from D. Whitehouse as they come into turn number 7. Down the inside is Snav to block his line, and D. White is still stuck there. He's got a 9/10 gap, but Chris Cross is off and up the road. He's up mounting the curb at Schumacher S, but he's got through well. There's D. Whitehouse scrambling all over the curbs now, trying to look for a way past Chris, up to Chris Cross if he can, but he's got Snav right in the middle of him. There's 1805 still hovering about in 4th. Suburtus is up to 5th. There's a bit of contact between him and Timmy's off the circuit, and he's going to probably lose out to Danzo if he's not careful. Danzo on the outside for turn 11. Timmy's flashing his lights. He wasn't happy with the move. There's D. Whitehouse. He's in 3rd. He's on the inside as they come now into Advan corner. Oh, there's contact between the two. Just about keeps it on the road to Snav, but he's up into 2nd as D. Whitehouse. There goes Burtis up the inside now. Up the inside of 1805. He's got a bit deep though. There's going to be a little bit of rubbing and tubbing as they go through. And that's Timmy who gets 2 places in 1, and he's back up to 4th. Good racecraft from Timmy to get up into 4th place. Burtis now looks like he's gone from 4th back down to 6th in the space of a corner. That's going to be frustrating for him. He's on the outside in the Fuchs car, but he's got the momentum. He's away from 1805. Coleman's on the inside. Tinny Tortoise is also on the inside of Coleman as it stands. This is brilliant. Tinny Tortoise right in the fight. He's going to go for 7th place, and he's up the inside. Contact ahead of them. 1805, I think that is half spinning, but Timmy ahead of these guys as he's in 4th. Tinny on the other hand is down to 9th. It's really difficult trying to get a tongue twister between those two. Shadowstalker now looking for a potential move he's getting involved in the action in the Geisen car. This has been an incredible restart. 7 minutes 22 to go. Danzo in 8th place after all the shuffling about. Coleman's there in 7th. 18.05's in 6th. Timmy's got work to do. He's got Bertus on the inside of him as they go into turn 5. Not quite alongside. Bertus just going to have to be patient and wait for his next opportunity, which will be down into turn 7 if he gets a good exit. He's there in the slipstream. Is it going to be close enough for him to make a late lunge? It is. Contact between the two. Timmy's been pushed wide, and that's 18.05 getting involved again. 18.05 now trying to get involved. There's a bit of door banging between the two, but 18.05's back in 6th place. He couldn't quite make the move stick. Danzo watching all of this. That's Bertus almost going through the gravel at turn number 8 and 9, the Schumacher S. Timmy having to defend on the inside, but he cuts the line off. And 18.05's in 6th still as it stands. Coleman's in 8th. Tinny Tortoise right on the back of these. Shadowstalker sadly has gone off somewhere. So Tinny Tortoise just needs to keep himself on track. Oh, as I say that, he's got a little bit sideways. Now we're going to cut back to this front because there's a huge 5-car fight for 4th. That's Timmy on the outside trying to make a move. We're on board with 18.05. He's going to look to make a move. The Fuchs driver of Burst is trying to hold the inside 3M car of Coleman. There's all contact. There's more contact. That's 18.05's on the gravel. He's on the grass. Can he get back on the circuit? He can. Danzo's up the inside of him though, and 18.05's gone from 5th to 8th in the space of one car. That's Tinny Tortoise getting involved in. Tinny Tortoise stuck to 8th. Great effort from Tinny. He's in 8th place in the Sales I car. Everyone's rejoining now as we go into the last 5 minutes 44. We got Coleman now on the inside of Timmy. Quietly moved his way through from the restart as Coleman. Up the inside, he's clipped the curb. Hasn't quite. It's contact between the two, and it's Timmy's gone round. No, he's held it. Timmy has held the car. Coleman is still pointing in a straight line. 18.05 looking for a way through, but not quite. Timmy has been the unfortunate victim of this restart. He was battling for a podium in the first half of this race. He's now in 6th. It's really not worked out for him, and it was through no fault of his own. Danzo there. He's in 5th as it stands. Someone's commenting. I can't read your thing because I've not got my laptop open. Danzo, though, is in 5th place at the moment. Bertus is in 4th. Snav's 3rd. D. Whitehouse is in 2nd. He needs to try and clear his penalty because he's got 1.3 at the moment, and that'll tick over to 2. Crisscross, though, the Zerkotech driver, off and up the road. We cut back now to Timmy, who's in 6th place. He's got Coleman all over the back of him, scrambling for a way through. He's gone a bit deep into the corners, Coleman, and his exit wasn't fantastic. He's lost time. 18.05, though. He's in 8th at the moment. Holding on well for the time being. Tinny Tortoise is in 9th. He's dropped away from the pack now, but if he can hold 9th, that'll be a great result for him. He'll be really chuffed. As we go on to, technically speaking, lap 8 of this Nurburgring GP for the Megane trophy at NXTGEN. Outside of the internet issues, this has been fantastic racing for the lobby. Absolutely brilliant opening round. Timmy's there in 6th place at the moment. Danzo still in 5th, hovering now at the back of Suburtus. Don't forget, Danzo's best efforts last season were 2 top 5s. That's Bertus who's gone wide. And Danzo, as I say it, is up to a career best 4th in the Megane trophy. Now, can he hold on? He's got just under 4 minutes to go. Bertus is there in 5th. Timmy, the recovering Timmy, is now back up to 6th. Got some work to do. Let's see if he can do it, though, if he can hold on. Coleman there in 7th place as it stands. He's just a bit further back because 18.05's catching him. There's Timmy on the outside of Bertus, though, going into turn number 1. Can he get around the outside? He'd have to have an amazing exit, and not quite on this occasion has he done that in the works car. And Timmy's still in 6th, but there's a big scrap coming in these last few minutes for certain. Danzo, as it stands, on for his career best result in the Megane trophy. Can he hold on? There's Bertus. Danzo there in 4th. Snav's in 3rd. It's going well in the Power Products car. D. Whitehouse there in 2nd. Crisscross, I think, is off and up the road. It's just on 58.9. That's really fast from Mr. Crisscross. Snav there in 3rd. We'll cut back to the action because this is where it's at. This group of 3, they've separated out for the time being. They were a group of 5 at one point. Let's see if they can come back together. I suspect they will because Bertus and Danzo are having a phenomenal battle. And Danzo runs a little bit deep. That's a chance for Bertus. He's on the outside now as the Fuchs driver. Are they going to give each other room? Just about as they go through the Schumacher S. But Bertus makes a brilliant move. He's into 4th. Danzo going to have to fight back. heavily defensive driving from Bertus, but Danzo's done him around the outside. Timmy's trying to do the same thing, but he's been crowded off the road. Is there a room for Timmy back up the inside? No, not quite. He's had to settle back into 6th. That's a great comeback for Danzo. Really good move around the outside of turn 10. Timmy now, though, in the slipstream of Sir Bertus. Will he go for a lunge? Will he get the chance to go for a lunge? Not quite. He's closed up to the back of him. 1 lap to go for these drivers. It's going to be the final lap for them. Crisscross, he's going to get a parade lap all to himself by the looks of it, according to the graph. Oh, and Bertus just hit the inside of the wall, and Bertus has dropped to 6th. That was a mistake that was quite amateurish, it has to be said, from Bertus. He normally drives better than that, and Bertus down to 6th just because he hit the inside wall for the pit lane. He's going to be frustrated with that one, I'm fairly certain of it. Now, what can Timmy do? He's got 1 lap to get the Tank Tools driver. Will he have the opportunity to do this? Coleman still having a look potentially at a move now to try and get back past the ailing Sir Bertus at the moment. 1805's rejoined into the fun. He's caught up to these guys, and he's up the inside. He's all over the curb. He's going to have to back out of that one. Will he try and go for a switchback? Not quite. Coleman gives him a lot of room. Coleman now trying to squeeze, and he does. He squeezes him effectively. Now he switches back. 1805. Is there room? No room for him. He's going to have to settle back into 8th place. A lot of fighting going on this final lap. Coleman there in 7th. He's got to try and fend off 1805 for that 7th place. You can just see Tinny Tortoise in the background. Good showing from Tinny Tortoise in that Sales I car. There's Timmy. He's got 6 tenths now to Danzo. So, will he be able to pull off a late lunge on Danzo? That's what he's going to be aiming for in that number 22 car. Bertus, he should be comfortable, but who knows, in this race anything can happen on these last few laps. Crisscross is miles up the road. He's fairly certain he's going to make this and get a parade lap for himself. There's D Whitehouse. We'll just cut to Crisscross because he's been fantastic tonight. Absolutely brilliant. In the first half of this race, he was up the road and gone by about 11 seconds. He got the restart well. Will he get across the line before time runs out? It's going to be close, but he will do. He gets through, and he's going to get another lap to himself. We'll cut back to him in a bit. What about Timmy? Doesn't look like he's anywhere near. D Whitehouse has seen the checkered flag, though. The Hampshire driver's got 2nd. Snav's 3rd. Good start to the season for those two. Danzo, a career best 4th, and the Megane trophy. He's going to be really chuffed with that one, the Tank Tools driver. 5th is Timmy. Clears his penalty at the last minute. Bertus is 6th. Coleman just gets ahead of 1805 at the line. There's Tinny Tortoise coming round the final corner. Great effort for him in his 2nd ever race. He's got P9, and Shadow Stalker gets P10. But we'll cut back to the Zerkotech driver of Crisscross, because he's been in a league of his own tonight. If you look at the first half of the race from the previous stream, he was in a class of his own, 10 seconds up the road, but he's controlled the restart. He got a great start. He fended off Snav on the 2nd start, and he's been in an absolute class of his own. Look at the lap time. His fast laps are 58.9. You look at Dave's 59.3, and he's the closest one who can only get within half a second of Crisscross. So he's found another level as the Zerkotech driver tonight. What a great result this is going to be for Crisscross to get his championship challenge underway in Lobby 2. I said before in the first stream that Crisscross was in Lobby 1 last season, got 1 top 5, comes into Lobby 2, and look at the performance already. He's well there. He's almost a little bit wide and into the gravel there on the final lap at turn 11. Comes through now towards the NGK chicane after the Advan flick right. Here he comes. Flicks the car through, 2nd gear, no problem there. Comes towards the final corner for the final time, and this is your round 1 winner here at Lobby 2. It's Crisscross 2-on-2 who takes not just pole position, not just fast lap, but the race win as well. What a result for Crisscross. Great result. What a race we had there. That 2nd start was absolutely phenomenal. We had 5 cars battling for 4th place, and rightfully so. Victory for Crisscross. He did really well, it has to be said. And there we are for round 1 of the Megane Trophy. What a race. What a fantastic race of 2 halves in the end. Hopefully you did enjoy that. It has been quite difficult race to commentate over in terms of the two halves. It's a shame we had the technical problems, but you will be able to watch this all back on YouTube. I'll be uploading this across there, and that'll be online tomorrow, so you'll get the chance to watch that. That'll be fantastic, I'm fairly certain. We'll be back not next Thursday for Lobby 2. We won't be live streaming next week. We'll be back on Sunday. I'll be commentating over the replay for that one. I won't be here, unfortunately. But Lobby 2 next week, we'll be heading over to Laguna Seca over in the US of A. So I'm certain that's going to be a great race. And that is it for tonight. So wherever you are in the big wide world, hope you have a good one.